Hey guys, this is Chris Mincolla. Oh wait, here we go. Hey guys, this is Chris Mincolla with West USA Realty. Just wanted to get on here. Tried to shoot for 1:30 again, but didn't make it. But just wanted to give you some quick tips for getting your home sold in the winter or fall. Some people wonder, should I sell my home in the winter or fall or not? And I'm going to give you 5 quick things here to think about. The buyer demand is still really strong, even with prices going up. And that, of course, would be one great reason to sell your home, because a lot of people have gained their equity back since the crash, and home prices have been steadily going up since about 2011. So most people are in pretty good shape right now. Also, demand is high buyer demand. Right now, our inventory is still pretty low. It's a little bit better than it has been, but we'd like to see a little bit more inventory. So if you go into market, your home should sell fairly quick. And loan processes now are so fast. Our lender can close pretty much any kind of loan in about 25 to 30 days. So that's Evan Einhorn with Modern Home Lending, of course, and he can get it closed pretty quick. So you can actually close a deal by the end of the year, no problem still. So it's still a great time to get started from that standpoint. The other thing is, in the winter and fall, there's a little bit less competition, because a lot of people, unless you're in like a certain seasonal market or a market in a retirement community like out here, usually most people are trying to sell and buy in the spring and summer when school's out. So right now there's definitely a lot less competition. Really good time to put your home on the market. And there are serious buyers out there in the fall and winter, especially if they're looking around the holidays. They're well qualified and they're serious about being out there during the holiday season looking at homes. So those are just a few things to think about on that score for fall and winter. Another thing would be there's really not a better time to move up, with the idea that interest rates, home prices are up, but interest rates are steadily going up this year. We're seeing that the Feds may be raising rates again in December, and they're forecasting 3 more rate hikes next year. So as the rates go up, along with home prices, you may see a little slowdown in those increases as the market kind of levels off a little bit eventually as rates go up. It is going to affect the market a little bit. So not a huge thing like with a crash and all that. And in our market in the Phoenix area, we're super strong. But as rates go up, it will kind of level things off a little bit. So please, if you're thinking about moving up or moving down, it's a great time to sell and buy right now while rates are still, in the 4 to 5 range, depending on your credit score and what type of loan you're going with. Evan, of course, our lender, can go through those different options with you. He's great with that. But, once things level off, it's going to slow down the market a little bit, and prices may not be going up quite as quickly. So good time to unload now and move on and get that lower rate now while you can, get that locked in, and start off the new year with the great, tax benefits that you may be able to get from owning a home. In general, it's just time to kind of move on with your life, right? You want to just kind of get it done and do what it is that you want to do. And that's part of the whole idea with home ownership, is you can take that equity and then move it over into the next property. One little tidbit too here that I wanted to kind of put out there for our first-time home buyers that maybe are not part of this. The whole idea of the starter home has kind of been lost with the whole HGT craze, and everybody thinking that they've got to have the McMansion for the first home. Sometimes it's best to get qualified first, figure out what you can afford, and get into the equity game, so to speak. Get your home purchased. Even if that means you got to drive 15 minutes extra, 20 minutes extra to get to work and home. And 2 to 3 years, maybe 4 years at the most, you kind of gain that equity, you save your money, you work on your credit, and then you move that money over to where you really wanted to live in that location. So if you had to live in, let's say, Goodyear or Buckeye or Santan or Queen Creek, or Maricopa maybe even, versus, Chandler or Glendale or Peoria, or, Scottsdale, let's say, then you do that in order to, gain that equity in the beginning for your starter home, with your starter home, and then move on. We've got a lot of clients that have done that. Thanks for joining us, Pinky. All right, thanks for joining us, guys. But yeah, just make sure that, you're not thinking, well, I'll just rent and try and outpace the market, or, wait for some miracle of, interest rates to drop in half of what they are now, or something like that, and think that another, humongous bubble burst is coming or whatever, like before when it crashed. I really wouldn't count on any, I don't have a crystal ball. Nobody's got a crystal ball, but I really wouldn't sit there and try to outpace, inflation and the housing market and the interest rates. I think that's going to be a losing game. And with renting, your money is just going out the window. Now, I know sometimes people are in a transient situation with work or whatever. It may not make sense to buy if you're only going to be in town for 6 months to a year. I get that sort of thing. Or you're not sure if this is a place, for you if you just came into town. But if you're planning on being in Arizona for, at least 2 or 3 years, or you've been here a while, get out of the rental market. It's going crazy. It keep going up. We hear people going from 1 year to the next, their rents being increased by $100 to $400, even $800 from 1 year to the next. I mean, no kidding. I mean, you see some of this stuff in the news. We hear about it all the time on our end. So get into a first, your first time buying a home. Let's talk about the numbers. Let's talk about what makes sense. Let's talk about, that starter home idea again. Let's get back to that idea rather than thinking we have to move into the McMansion to begin with. Okay, the $100,000 McMansion just doesn't exist. So we want to make sure you're kind of dealing in reality, but dealing smart with your finances and going into this with a level head and understanding what the market's going to bear and what it means to be a homeowner. Besides the fact that it gives you that freedom to do what you want with the house, you're able to gain that equity. It's kind of like a forced savings, and then you can 2, 3, 4 years down the road, you can move to pretty much wherever you want, get the bigger home and all that good stuff. So anyways, if you guys have any questions, you can reach out to us here through Messenger, or you can always call or text us on our team line at 480-788-8569. Check us out at mincollagroup.com and mincollahomes.com. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. We should have Evan back, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.